Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jen, and this is the Megaphone podcast.
And we're so glad you're along for this deeply rooted series.
Yeah.
I feel so overflowing already.
Deeply
rooted. Deep roots into the streams of living water that never run dry so that we don't have to take our cups and start pouring out for everybody else and go rushing around our lives trying to meet everybody's needs and show up and be what everybody needs us to be and all the things.
I gotta work on my roots, okay? I'm just gonna be honest.
I also need to work on my roots.
This is why we're here.
We're here. Yes. I like saying this phrase that I'm about to say.
Oh,
we are not seeding. Now let me rephrase this.
She likes to say this phrase.
I like to say the phrase that I am going to botch it so I can say it again.
Are you listening now?
Ding, ding, ding. I like to say this phrase. We are not sitting in the seat of perfection here.
Yes.
Telling this is what we know because we have figured this out and now do this perfectly.
We're on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
We have arrived.
It's like,
no.
Wow.
Still working on it.
We suck at this.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make other people feel better about themselves, that they're not alone if they suck at it too. And let's all work on it together.
Let's join together.
Yay. So that's what we're doing today.
Yes.
We're still growing our root of rest,
Yes.
which is so important because
Love
aren't
rest.
you just tired?
Who doesn't need a little more rest?
Right. And not sleep. We all need sleep. Sleep
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, I
Sleep
love
is not really rest though.
No.
Sleep is sleep. Rest is deep, soul deep.
Oh,
Rest. Oh, it's just, and you can feel rested while you're rushing.
yes.
Like you can carry the rest with you. And that's what we're going for. And that starts with this quote from pastor and author Chris Volatin. We're going to use it for the next 3 weeks. We used it last week as well, but I'm going to refresh your memory because it's so good and you can't hear it too many times. Revival rest is operating out of a sense of worthiness because of what Christ already purchased for us on the cross. Revival rest looks like working from love rather than for love. We talked about that last week. You should absolutely go back and watch it, listen to it, whatever, if you missed it. Working from acceptance rather than for acceptance. That's what we're talking about today. And next week, working from approval rather than for approval, working from identity rather than for a destiny.
So much there.
So much there. That's why we're breaking it down into all the chunks. So today is rest from acceptance.
Yeah. Okay. I do this.
Me too.
Okay, great.
You go first,
Let's
Jen.
talk about it.
Oh.
So, blessing and a curse is being a chameleon.
Yes. That's
Right?
one of the first things you told me about yourself.
Really?
Yes. In your office, you're like, yeah, we're going to show like, but what you need to know about me is I'm a chameleon.
Oh, good.
Like,
That's
oh,
honest.
That's so honest.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that was a good foundation for our relationship. Honesty.
You need to, yes.
Yeah.
And you knowing that I'm a chameleon.
Yeah,
Both
good.
Foundational pieces.
That's right.
Yes. It can be good.
It can be good.
sometimes,
Yes.
and that's great. The dark side is that, and
The
this
dark
is like,
underbelly.
of the chameleon.
Of the
You just flip it over and scratch
Ooh.
its belly, and you'll see
No.
scales. So the dark side is that, and if you do anything with the Enneagram, if you're familiar with that, if you're into that, check out the 3, the achiever. We are known as chameleons, and you can read and do a deep dive on the underbelly of being a chameleon. But the main thing is that you can lose yourself in your identity, because for me, I see it like, well, if I have, let's just say 10 parts to Jen, like 10 versions of Jen, whatever. It's like, I've like a file cabinet basically. And when someone picks a topic, I'm like, oh, okay, you want this, Jen. Oh, I'm going to go to that place. And they're like, this way, I'm going to dress this way. I'm going to pull my talking points from this file, bring it with me. And I'm going to be that Jen.
Whoa.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I'm thinking of circles of people who are very different.
Uh-huh.
And my husband and I are friends with all of them.
Yeah.
my worst fear is probably putting them all together because I'm like, first of all, I don't know who it would be.
Yeah.
Second of all,
I'm getting the files mixed up.
yes, and I value harmony. And what if so-and-so doesn't get along with so-and-so? Like I can get along with both of you, but what if you guys can't get along with each other?
Yep.
That's a real thing. So yeah, mine, I mean, there's a lot there, but we're just gonna say that I work for acceptance in my chameleonness.
Yeah.
Choosing which version to be of myself. I'm like, saying that sounds so gross. And if I heard someone saying that, I'd be like, ew, no, just be you. You're awesome. Just be you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll be me, but you want this me or this me or that me or this me? I mean, you've got, let's just say 10 choices.
Right. At least.
Yeah. So
that's not healthy, right? Is what we're saying.
Right. And I mean, that's the problem, and we're going to get to a solution, but little teaser is it would be if I'm working from acceptance, already showing up, like I'm already accepted and there's one version of me that's just going to show up everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably something.
How much more restful does it sound? Like, does it sound
way less work?
It's a lot of work to show up as, and then keep track of all your different versions.
Yes. And what got me is in this devotional, Deeply Rooted, it says like, which one, gets you? Is it trying to fit in? What I underline is trying to say and do the right thing. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, that's me. Depending on the group and the occasion and the version, like I want to say and do the right thing. I'm highly perfectionistic. I want to like perform and achieve, and I want you to like me. And so I want to be my best. And so I want to be what you want me to be.
Right. Not your actual best. You want to be the best version for you.
It's like pick your flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, you like strawberry? I can be strawberry.
I'm strawberry Jen.
Yeah. Oh, you like chocolate? I'll be right back. And then it gets like dicey of like someone who likes chocolate showed up, but I'm with a strawberry group. I guess I'm going to go change in the bathroom and then say hi to the chocolate guy real fast and then come back.
Like a chocolate salesman at the door or something. Excuse me for a moment. I need to go buy some Godiva.
My Godiva man is here. The Godiva guy.
Oh, you like dark, silky.
Yes. Put on a wig. Like, is this a visual for you? Or
yes,
I would.
But it is. You would.
I would.
You would because you're the achiever. And that's what you want.
You like me, right?
Yes. Draw me into your circle.
Yes.
Oh,
all right. I'm ready to move on.
Yuck. I'll go for me.
Yuck. She said.
Whoa.
Yuck.
I'll go for me. Okay. Let's see. For acceptance. Okay. So in this belonging episode, which we did at the very beginning, belonging, you can go back and listen to that. We'll link it in the show notes, but we talked about this story. So this is my go-to example of like, I just want to be accepted by these people. And this is a new group for me. And I got invited to this party that I'm like, how did I even score this invite? I felt very fish out of water.
These aren't my people.
These aren't my people. Yeah. But they're the people of some of my people.
Yes.
And so then it's this pressure on top of, they are so out of my league. So it was this huge shopping spree. We talked about this, and I talked about this shirt, about how I ended up buying this shirt.
Not even a shirt.
It's very loosely called
it's a bodysuit.
And I'm like, shoot, if I was prepared, this is me in the belonging episode. If I was prepared, I would have brought this shirt. Guess what? I'm prepared. Woo! And I brought this shirt for you to see, because never in a million years have I worn this. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it couples, because I've tried not to say nipples. Oh my. Because then I was like, no, edit yourself. Don't say nipples. I don't know if it covers my nipples. That's where I got couples.
Good.
But instead I was like, no, don't say that. And then it was like, my brain did the best it could with what it had, which is not a lot. Okay. But let's take a little look-see.
It's a fun material,
guys. It is. I mean, look at this.
Oh, baby. It's cute.
Here.
There it is. She said, is this a swimsuit?
Is this a swimsuit?
Possibly.
No, because it's a thong, and
oh, baby.
Kick to the no. I'm a little okay with cheeky, but
yeah,
not the full moons. Okay, we're not. Mama, don't play like that. My daughter would be like, I thought we weren't supposed to show our private parts to people. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I bought
For
this
mommy.
shirt to get accepted by someone.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what we're supposed to do?
No,
No, daughter.
Mommy.
No,
Mommy
does
You
this.
don't do that.
You know.
Wow.
Wait, so you're gonna show your butt cheeks and your nipples to people to be accepted? Yeah, that's what it is.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Do you love me now?
Here's
Do
what gets
I
me.
fit in your circle?
There are no adjustable straps.
No adjustable straps.
So like,
oh, this is low. This is low.
you're just
Just
gonna
whatever is
go
happening
for
is
it.
happening here.
Yeah. I need adjustable straps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I did not plan this, but
Oh my.
let's just see what happens.
Sure. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? If this is the worst thing that's ever happened, my worst idea,
Then we'll edit it
out. And probably just share it as a clip on a Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like me to commentate? She's now lifting the straps up.
Nope.
It is over the shirt. It's a fun material.
It is. It's a fun material. Look at that. Oh, yeah, baby.
Baby.
Mm.
Look at that acceptance, people. Wow.
Do you love me now?
Look how low. Like,
I could never pull this off.
so low.
It's barely even on. What's happening? What is this? Why did I buy? I paid money for this.
You own that.
I own
There's
this.
not. It's not going back.
Nope, it's staying on the rest of the podcast. And if you're listening, you're gonna want to watch this because I've already decided we're not editing this out.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to see this.
Wow. Look at that.
Do you love me now? Do I fit in with you, cool kids?
Does this say I'm already accepted by God and I'm showing up as a fully accepted, chosen, loved,
Yeah. To a dance party?
rested child?
Like,
of
there's
God?
not a lot going on around here, but it wouldn't be in, it'd be out, I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh,
With
dancing.
the dancing?
The moving.
Yeah, you can't. What am I supposed to do with this? Anyway, we could park here all day, but we don't
Okay.
need to. I cannot be fixed. Oh, yes, I can, because I'm going to grow my root of rest and I'm going to learn that.
Yay.
Guess what? What ended up happening was that I called Jen. I was like, Jen, help me. I bought this shirt and I sent her a picture. She's like, no, not that.
What are we going for here?
Mermaid, slutty mermaid.
Mhm.
Oops, that was.
That's all right.
Can we say that? Yeah, I can. It's my podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, so
now.
yeah. So yeah, Jen came over with a bunch of shirts. I did a fashion show. We switched the shirts and the pants and the this. Like I couldn't even wear anything from my own closet because I'm like, nothing about me can show up to this party. I can't be
Oh.
accepted showing up as anything like me.
Me. Oh.
That is ridiculous. I was like 35.
Right.
Like this is not like, oh, like a 11-year-old Lisa going to the,
16, the cool girls
yeah,
invited me over.
right. No.
And you got the invite. You.
Right, I got the invite. You know why? Because I had a series of good conversations
Mhm.
with these people.
Probably
They liked me.
when you were showing up as accepted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, when I didn't care what they were. Now I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh,
boy. Yeah. But just.
how you like me now?
Uh-huh.
You don't? Okay.
All right.
All the same.
So
I wore something from Jen's closet.
it was lovely.
And they
She
still
looked
liked me.
great.
And I
Yes.
liked me too.
Yeah.
And I got to dance the night away in an appropriate outfit.
Covered.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a problem.
The root of this problem is that we are people pleasers. Still with that.
Still.
I know.
It's a whole thing.
We want to feel accepted.
Right. And we were created for
Yes.
relationship. We're created for acceptance.
Yes.
Acceptance is not a bad thing. That's
Right.
belonging again. This is not a bad thing. This is an innate thing.
And there's balance with everything. It's like
Balance with everything.
you can feel accepted. That's okay. You
Yeah.
can want that a little bit. You
Yes.
can feel that. You can extend that.
Totally.
But it's all about the arrows again and the source and the order.
right.
of
And the
things.
motivation and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I do want to note, because it's in my brain,
Mhm.
the way we were created and why for relationship, if we've not talked about this before, is because God himself is a relationship, the 3 in 1, and it's a very wild and mysterious, sometimes Trinity
Yeah.
deal. Okay. but you were created in God's image. So you were created for relationship, and so much for relationship that hopefully, as you've invited Jesus, you've invited the Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of Jesus, to live within you. That's a huge relationship. So yes, that's the relationship that's going to take care of this acceptance issue.
Yeah.
Not any of these other relationships.
Yeah. He didn't create you so that you could go be accepted by other people and care what they think.
Right.
Like, and I'm going to create this one who will change 6 times. So like, no,
Right.
that's not the design. It's and buy a bodysuit. I think you should read Galatians.
I would love nothing more than to read Galatians. It's all good. This is so good, you guys. Good. Listen, this is the Message version. This is Paul writing to the Galatians.
6:14 through 16.
For my part, I'm going to boast about nothing but the cross of our Master Jesus Christ. Because of that cross, I've been crucified in relation to the world. Okay, this is all very churchy, sounding. Crucified in relation to the world. But listen to this. Set free. You'll understand this. Set free from the stifling atmosphere of pleasing others and fitting into the little patterns that they dictate. Can't you see the central issue in all of this? It's not what you and I do. It's what God is doing. And he is creating something totally new, a free life. I mean, I'm sorry. Is the Bible outdated? Are you kidding me?
Little patterns
that they dictate. So we're trying to show up and get accepted by people who are dictating like the smallest versions of who they want you to be.
What to wear.
Yeah. Yes. I want the Jen that fits into my tiny box.
Yeah. Strawberry.
I want strawberry Jen. That's it.
Yeah. Well, but I have like 8, 9 other plus flavors. No.
Right.
To be our friend, for us to accept you, you have to think the way that we do. You have to say the things that we want you to say. You have to look.
Right. And whether or not that's true, you still feel that and do that.
Right.
So it's like lots is lost in translation, which is exhausting, which is the point of growing the root of rest.
Yes.
Stifling atmosphere. When I think of stifling, I just feel like a weight, like, I can't even breathe. That's not freedom.
No.
We were created for wide open spaces, like just wide open spaces, but we are so used to being put into boxes that like it's safer in there, it's more comfortable. So then we just get so used to it that the wide open space feels terrifying.
And it's countercultural. I feel like society is like, everyone's in a box.
Yeah, you have to be in a box. Like, otherwise, where do you go?
Right.
You can't belong in more than one. This is very confusing. Yeah.
And what do you mean you're not going to be in a box? Like,
right.
Where are you going to be? What are you going to do then? We're all in boxes. That's what we do. So get in your box.
Yeah. And then stay in your box. You're never allowed to outgrow your box and run free. Be free. Show up. Already 100% accepted.
So again, this devotional, guys, I'm telling you, okay, deeply rooted.
It's so good.
Page 5, follow along. Okay, we're reading through this and I'm like, again, there's another one that's just a gold nugget we have to just read as is, okay?
Read it to us, Jen.
You're already accepted in the heavenly realms and you're not promised acceptance here on earth. We're already accepted. You're not promised that you're going to be accepted here. No. In fact, you might not be because of that countercultural stuff.
Right.
In fact, you're warned against it. Again, trying to find acceptance here on earth on more than one occasion. Like, do not transform or do not conform
to the patterns of this world. Yes.
So stop wearing yourself out looking for acceptance. Instead, show up in all of your relationships secure in Jesus, the source of your full acceptance and the peace that truth brings. It's true. If you rest in the truth of I am already fully accepted by my heavenly Father, and I'm accepted and going to be welcomed into the heavenly realms.
Yeah.
The peace that would come from that, believing that truth and showing up with that.
Right. And to take it a step further, not only accepted within the heavenly realms, you're called to deliver, be the vehicle of delivering the heavenly realms to your relationships, to this earth.
Yes.
Like, you can't do that if you're like scrambling, box.
Right.
No, you're already accepted. You're created so perfectly and uniquely. We cannot say this enough to get to know yourself and get to know God and get to know his voice and what he says about you and what's true. So that you could rest in that. And the more you spend time in the Bible, growing the roots, that's where you're going to see this transformation actually show up in your life.
When God is the source.
Yeah. It's like, what does this look like? Well, yeah, that sounds good. Well, how do I get there? Read the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, read this. Galatians. It's so good. Like, what if we just read that and just did this part for the next month?
Yeah.
What would change? Our whole lives would change. Everything about what we did would change. I don't want to fit into small patterns that you dictate. Who are you to dictate anything for me? And it's not like an arrogance, pride thing. It's like no, you don't get to dictate. And I don't want to dictate. I don't want that responsibility and pressure. God gives us the freedom.
And again, I'm just thinking about the cup thing with love and how it's never enough when we're
never enough
wanting that from other people, that I'm like, I'm getting the same feeling from this of like, okay, I'll be strawberry Jen, or I'll fit in your box, or I'll do this. It's never enough though. Like they'll either want more or different, or now we're changing to vanilla. It's like, oh my gosh, like it's never going to be satisfying. It's insatiable. It's like never enough. Yeah. So no, it's not a good strategy. That's not going to win in the long run.
No.
Oh, and it doesn't matter. Like, oh, welcomed at the gates. Like, were you accepted by everyone in this earth? That's not going to be a question.
No.
Were you insanely popular?
Yeah. Yikes.
No.
Did you like avoid serious conversations so you could keep the peace instead of like have really good heart to hearts so you could make and actually experience peace?
Did you chameleon? Because I know I created you as you to be you, but I didn't really want you to be you. I wanted you to be,
make sure you can do all the box switching and the flavors.
10 different versions of yourself.
Oh
no.
Ew. Let's not be tired like this anymore.
No, let's
I don't want to be tired like this.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Permission all around.
Permission.
Ready? You today and all days have permission to rest from acceptance rather than for acceptance.